I've realized that there's some idols in my life, but I don't know how to overcome them. What do I need to do? That's a good question. Let's talk about how to overcome idolatry. The first part in overcoming idolatry is identifying and acknowledging the fact that you have an idol. First off, find out what your idol is. What is stealing away your devotion from Christ? What are you obeying? What are you obeying God? What are you catering to rather than catering to God? What is stealing away all your time from Jesus? And if you still don't know what it is, you can pray about it and God will reveal your idols to you. But after you've identified what the idol is, you need to acknowledge the fact that you are in idolatry. Because a lot of people are made aware of the idols in which they have, but they refuse to acknowledge that these are real idols, and they try to find excuses for them constantly engaging in this thing and obeying it rather than obeying God. But once you identify and actually acknowledge the fact that you have an idol, the second thing that you need to do is confess these things to God. Bring it before God and say, God, I have an idol. I have something that I'm worshiping rather than worshiping you, and I want to bring this before you. And after, through prayer, confessing to God that you have an idol, be willing to let it go and to turn it over to God. Because there's no use in identifying an idol, telling God that you have an idol if you're unwilling to let it go. So resolve and make that decision within yourself that I no longer want to walk in idolatry. I'm struggling with this and I want to let these idols go. And then after that, walk in obedience to God. Before, you were obeying your idol, you were catering to your idol rather than God, but now you need to make conscious decisions to obey God and to prioritize God rather than your idol. Which includes not only just obeying God and obeying his commandments and doing what he says in spite of what your idol may say to you, but it also includes setting up some boundaries for your idols too as well. Sometimes we idolize things that are good or useful to us, such as our significant other, work, school, or a job. And so what we need to do is start to set boundaries. Perhaps a boundary that you could set with work is that you're no longer going to work on the weekends, and you're also going to stop working after a certain period of time during the day. Or perhaps with your significant other, they call you or text you while you're praying, you're not allowed to respond to them or to answer them, but instead you're going to finish spending time with God first, and then you can talk to them afterwards. Or if you idolize your emotions, you're not allowed to make a decision based off of your current emotional state. You need to calm down first before you start making decisions. Things like that will help you to overcome idolatry and put God in his proper place in your life. But the most important thing really is just prioritizing God and obeying him. Let nothing be able to steal time away from you and God. God should always get his first, and then everything comes afterwards. And whenever it comes to decision making, you should always obey God and his word and not what any of your idols say. And that's going to be the best way for you to tear down your idol completely and totally. So if you struggle with idolatry, follow these steps, rinse and repeat, and you should be okay. I hope that this helped and this is of use to you. If you want more content like this, just go and drop a sub or a follow. If you want to hear more teachings from me that outside of short form content, I want to recommend you my Bible classes every single Thursday at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern on Google Meets.